to my channel. I'm Olivia. If you are new here, then a very warm welcome, and if you are regular, then welcome back. Today I'm going to be running you through a relatively short session that's just going to help to really open up through the hips, okay? So this is really great for you to do if you're, well, no matter who you are and what you do, but especially if you're spending a lot of time sat down over a laptop, on a chair. So it's going to really help to just open up and get you moving, okay? So if you have a block or a cushion or anything that is just going to help you to basically modify the exercises as we go, grab that now. Otherwise, all I want you to do is just pop yourself onto your back. We're just going to start by laying down on your back. Scooch around so you can see me. So, laying onto your back, just taking a couple of really nice deep breaths. Make sure you feel nice and cozy. And we're just going to bring the left knee, draw it in towards your chest. Interlace the fingers and just make sure you can really grab that knee nice and comfortable. And we're just going to move it around this kind of deep hip space here. You might find that it feels a little bit tight as you're putting it up towards you. So just go, keep it around 50%, so it's not anything too intense. Keep it there. And you're going to take the same left leg and draw the ankle. Now the foot is going to come in towards you a little bit more. So we're getting a stretch now through the glutes, okay? And relax that left leg down. Draw the right knee in to start with. Really pulling it in towards the chest. Remember to keep breathing, nice deep breaths. And now take the ankle, the foot towards you. You might find that one side, it's a bit of a strange stretch anyway, but it might feel a bit awkward, but one side might feel a little bit tighter, but just go with that. You tend to find that we're not particularly symmetrical, so it's just creating awareness on each side, which feels tighter, and what we can work on. Okay, now draw both knees in towards your chest, and you're going to rock side to side, using your elbows to prevent you going too far one way, and keep it going for 3, 2, and 1. Pop the hands behind your knees, and you're just going to rock backwards and forwards, getting a bit of a stretch, massaging out through the spine, and then you're just going to rock yourself back up to hands and knees. So bring yourself into a hands and knees position. Make sure in this position we are nice and neutral through the spine. So imagine you're placing a glass of water or a gin and tonic onto your back, and that it's not going to fall off, okay? So you want to avoid any kind of sinking like this or overarching. So to start with, we're just going to take a couple of cat-cows. So we're just massaging out through the spine, and all I want you to think of doing is this movement's going to come from your hip, okay? So starting from the hips, slowly roll underneath, tuck your chin to chest. And take it the other way again, really slow movement. Think of one vertebrae at a time, and just looking up towards the sky. And same again, take a few more reps here. So whilst we think of opening up through the hips, a lot of us hold a lot of tightness through the rib cage, okay, through that kind of mid to upper back area, which can have a knock-on effect. So we just want to make sure everything's nice and supple through the spine, and this will really create a little bit of awareness on how you're feeling there. Okay, tuck your toes underneath, bring yourself up into a full plank position. Okay, and you're going to bring your left foot around to the outside of your left hand. To start with, we're just going to drop that right knee down towards the floor, untuck the right toes, and in this position here, think of pushing the floor away from you, keeping nice and strong, think of your chest going up towards the sky, And we're just going to hold here, and all we do is just rock slightly from side to side, just opening up through the left hip, through the IT band, through the glutes, for 3, for 2, and 1, and option to progress. You're going to tuck the right toes back, bring your right knee up, and we're just going to take 5 twists now, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to bring your left hand to your right shoulder, and you're going to see if you can get your left elbow down towards the floor, okay? Again, you can use a block if you want, so obviously it's not as low, okay? So whichever option you're going to take, try and bring the elbow to the floor, elbow to sky, and then reach with the hand, okay? So let's go for another 4, elbow to floor, reach, 2, 3, 4, last 1, 5, okay. Bring yourself back down, knee comes down, untuck the toes, and we're just going to see how low we can take this stretch. Again, you can use the block if that is what you need to do right now. So just bring yourself down to elbows if you can. It does not matter if you can't. Keep it up to your hands or keep the stretch relevant to you, okay? Staying here for another 35 seconds or so. Just try and relax into the stretch. I know it's easy to get bored or just want to move on. So just try and find a little bit of relaxation in this stretch. And slowly bring yourself back up to your hands. Tuck your toes, your right toes, and just return your left leg to your right. And we're just going to bring the right leg now round to the right hand. And we're just going to start by dropping the knee down. And we're just going to be up on the hands, pushing the floor away from you. Just start off by really opening up through the chest. Holding it here, again, just rocking side to side. Try and also think of the back here as saying neutrals. We want to avoid this real rounding. Think of drawing your shoulder blades back and down the back. So just keep rocking side to side for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now just tuck your toes, lift your back knee. Option to modify by keeping the back knee down. And we're just going to take 5 easy twists here, okay? So think of, the right hand's going to come to that left shoulder. See if you can bring the elbow to the floor, reach up to the sky. Come back down for 2. Floor, reach, sky for 3, 4. Stick with me, last 1. 5. Okay, bring the hand back down. Left knee comes to the floor, left toe as well. Use a block if you need to. Bring yourself down to your elbows or staying up on your hands. Pick that variation and stick there with me for around 1 minute. Okay, so just holding these stretches just for a little bit longer. Last 10 seconds, keep breathing through. Find a bit of movement in the stretch if that feels good for you and takes it away from how intense the stretch can be. For 3, 2, and bring it up to your hands. Slowly bring yourself back to knee. So right foot is going to come and meet the left knee. Take your knees nice and wide, probably about the width of your mat, and just sit your bum back towards your, bum back towards your heels. And you're just going to reach the hands out nice and long. excuse me. So the main focus here is getting that stretch through the hips, okay? So really just trying to take your bum as far back as possible. If that feels really, really uncomfortable, you can use a block here, so you can pop the block onto your feet. You might need to use a couple, it depends obviously where that tightness is for you. So if you have a block there, it just takes that stretch away from it a little bit, okay? So find your variation, just hold here for me. Okay, just start to walk the hands back up. So we're going to stick with the exercise on the floor for the moment. We're going to bring yourself into a frog stretch or a goalie stretch. They all seem to have about 100 different names. So you're going to bring yourself, let's go this way so you can see nice and clearly. You're going to go nice and wide with your knees, and then your toes, they are turning out as well, okay? So that itself is quite a strong stretch, and you're going to really feel this in the hips. And then we're going to take it either onto your elbows, your hands, whatever feels good for you, and we're just going to rock backwards and forwards, okay? So we're just rocking backwards and forwards in that stretch, just opening up through the hips, okay? Keep it going. I'm just going to pop myself the other way, just so you can see both sides, how it looks. So toes are turned outwards, and we're just, oh dear, it doesn't feel quite so comfortable when you haven't got a mat down. You're just taking yourself backwards into that deep, almost like a squat. Basically, you're recreating the depth of a squat, okay? So just keep rocking backwards and forwards. We're going to stay for another 5, 4, keep it going, 3, 2, and we're just going to stay here for a few more moments. I want you to find 80% of your maximum stretch. So you're going to take it as far back as possible without feeling absolutely excruciating. Keep it there relatively mild discomfort, and we're going to hold for 5. Keep it there, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just slowly bring yourself out of that stretch. It is quite a strong one, and you're just going to push back, bum to heel one more time. Just moving around. Keep it relatively dynamic, so just going to shifting side to side. Okay, right. Hopefully you are starting to feel a little bit more open in the hips, a little bit more juicy through the hips. You are going to take yourself all the way to one end of your mat. Your right leg is going to go long, so we have got to stretch through this inside leg. Okay, and you're just going to rock backwards as far as you can go. Okay, so bringing your bum as far as you can towards your heel, and just come forwards. When we come forwards, we're going to add in a twist, like so, and then you're going to come back down. So rocking backwards, and then come forwards, twist. Let's go another 2. Perfect, okay. You're going to take yourself back to the bum, or as far back as you can again. Option to use a block. Pop yourself onto your elbows, and just going to hold this for a little bit longer. Again, find some movement if that feels good for you. Hold for 5. Perfect, okay. Bring yourself over to the other side of the mat. So right side of the mat, if that's the side you haven't done, left leg goes long. Start by taking a rock and a twist for 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Okay, and then hold it at the back there, really opening up through that inside thigh again, just a little bit of a wiggle here, finding some movements, really opening up and stretching through the inside of the thigh, inside into the groin. Keep it here for 3, 2, and relax it off. Perfect. Okay. Slowly bring that leg back in and just prop yourself onto your bottom. Again, if you would like to, you are very welcome to grab a block and pop this underneath your bum. We're just going to start to open up through the glutes in this seated position. So this position itself might feel really uncomfortable for you. So I just want you to try and find a little bit of comfort here. Again, use that block or cushion if that feels okay for you, if that feels better for you. And all I'm going to do is think of the crown of the head going up towards the sky. And you're just going to take your right hand down towards the floor. Tiptoe the hand away from you. Keep it nice and soft. Try and think of pushing the floor away from you rather than collapsing down through the shoulder. And then left arm is just going to go over long. And in this stretch, even though we're stretching through that full body, I want you to be aware of that opposite knee, okay, coming up. We want to really draw the knee down, try and resist that stretch, resist the lift. And stretch through that side body. Take a few pulses here or keep it static, it's totally up to you. Just checking with your body and being aware of what feels good or what doesn't. For 3, 2, and slowly tiptoe the hands all the way forwards. And you're going to take the left hand down, keep the elbows soft. Right arm comes over, pushing that right knee down towards the floor. For 3, for 2, 1, good. Just tiptoe the fingers all the way out in front, and you are just going to reach the hands in front. Start off with the fingers sort of scooch back so you can see me. So I'm going to start off with your fingertips on the floor, okay? And nice long spine, okay? We're going to avoid rolling, rounding through the spine. We're going to avoid kind of coming up towards the ears. Nice long arms, and then if it feels good, just drop your elbows down. And also you could grab your block at this point and pop it out in front so you have an option to drop your head down too, like so. Okay, so we're just gonna hold it here. So just keeping everything relatively static for today. And we're gonna hold for 30. Just try and take yourself a little bit deeper every single time. And slowly peel yourself back up to a nice tall seating posture. Hopefully the legs are feeling a little bit more open now in this position. Really, really worth trying to spend as much time as you can in this position when you're watching TV. If you're doing a bit of work, maybe bring your laptop down onto a chair and then sit on the floor. Just get you used to being on the floor and open up through your glutes, okay? So bring yourself back onto your back, into a laying position. Legs go long. And all I want you to do is just check in with the hips now. See how they're feeling. Are they feeling a bit more open? And all I want you to do is pop your palms of your hands down to the floor and just take a bit of a shimmy. So just kind of going side to side, loosening off, shaking out any extra kind of tension you might be holding here. And you're going to take the soles of your feet together. We're just going to take a little bit of a butterfly stretch. So just allowing the knees to go long, not long, allowing the knees to drop down towards the floor. Getting all my words mixed up today. I'm filming this in the morning, so you can let me off. Okay, just place the hands on the hips to start with, on the front of the hips here. If this feels really, really strong, you can take your feet further away from you, or you can pop some blocks or cushions or anything that you need underneath your knees. Try and find a variation of this stretch. It's really, really great just to open up through the hips. So you're going to really feel that through the front of the hips, kind of into the groin area basically. Okay, place your hands on your thighs and we're going to take a bit of a contract and relax. So you're going to push your hands in towards your thighs and your thighs are going to push up towards your hands, okay? So basically you're kind of pushing against each other and then we're going to relax, and you'll find you'll be able to go a bit deeper into that stretch, okay? So 3, 2, push the hands down into the thighs push up for 5, 4, keep pushing, 3, 2, and relax. Allow the knees to drop a little bit more. You can take a little bit of a shimmy. And again, push the hands down for 3, push your weight into the hands, 2, 1, and relax, go long. We're just going to take one more. Just notice if you're getting a little bit more of a stretch. If your knees are dropping a bit deeper, push down for 5, push up for 4, keep it going, 3, 2, and relax. Amazing. Okay, just hold here for the last 5. Take a few really deep breaths, really filling up through your rib cage. Whether you are just starting your day and you're just getting a bit of movement before you're being seated, or you are looking to wind down before bed, just really try and be aware of where you're holding your tension. So take a few deep breaths and just try and let it all go. Last one, big inhale, and let it go. Pop the hands underneath your knees and just slowly bring the knees in towards each other. Grab the knees and just draw them in towards your chest. Take a rock side to side, and then forwards and backwards, slowly getting a bit of momentum to bring yourself back up to a seated position. Onto your bottom. Hopefully that cross-leg position is feeling a little bit more open, a little bit easier now. Just take a couple of shoulder rolls, a couple of rotations of the head, just get everything moving, and we're done. Thank you so much for joining in with this mobility session today. If you have any questions, just drop them below in the comments underneath this video. And otherwise, thank you very much for joining in today. I will see you back here for the next session.